Welcome back, everybody, for more Factorio recursion. However many recursions you like, that's how many we've got. This is episode number 5. Today, we are doing transplant surgery. We're going to be taking this building right here, and we are going to pick it up. We're going to move it into the new base. We are going to take everything from here out and get rid of it. All the train stuff outside of here needs to be reconfigured with the new design. All the stuff we've been working on last several episodes. We're going to switch over to the new system. Although I think I will probably keep this stuff in this building, and we'll create some kind of like museum for the old base design. Because I mean, why destroy it? We can reproduce all the different things like roboports or whatever, all the different belts we don't need. So I think we'll keep this as a museum. And then as we design more and more new stuff and move deeper into the base, we can replace these guys. We can pick those up and move them into the museum as well. We're going to start with this guy. And so before we can transplant this guy, we've got to make sure we're producing all the stuff that goes into him. So we need to be bringing in stone and coal and oil and water, that kind of stuff, no big deal. We need to make sure we are making iron plates and the gear wheels and the steel. We've worked on designs for all that. And the copper plate is just a repurposing of the iron plate design. But we need to have a layout for green circuits. And then after that, well, let's do that first. And then we'll talk about some other things we need to do. Okay, down here, I've got a new design. And I decided that I want to make sure that the labels, you can tell if the building is actually making something or just transporting it. So if you notice, for instance here, these guys are just have the finished products. That means that the next layer down is just transporting items from A to B. So if you go down far enough to where they're actually getting made, you should see either an assembly machine or a furnace or whatever else the machine is, just to make it easier to navigate it and to know where you are and what might be on the next level. Here's the layout. Yep, that's it. It's done. Okay, so that's it. It's pretty straightforward. We have requester chests going into this guy for copper. And it's almost 1-to-1. It's a little bit, it's not quite 1-to-1, but it's almost 1-to-1 because you get the productivity modules. You end up with 140% instead of, if it was 150%, it would be perfect, but it's not. So we've got a requester chest here requesting the iron going in this guy, and that makes that, and it goes into here, yada yada. Same kind of stuff we've done before. I think I managed to put, let's see, 6. I think there's like 42 per layer, and we need about 6 of these, a little bit more than 6 of these factory buildings to make all of our green circuits. So we might add a 7th, or we might try to squeeze in a few more assembly machines on each level. It just depends on what the roboports can keep up with. But our base is, once we transport things over, it's not going to be up to full speed right away. We just want to make sure that it's functional, and then it can keep making more stuff so we can keep making more base, and we'll speed it up as time goes by. Okay, so that's ready to go. All these different things are ready. We can, I haven't made yet the copper version, but that's, all I have to do is change the information on the requester chests, so that's no big deal. So, next, we have a little bit of a, I've been continuing to work on layouts here. And I ran into an issue where I wasn't quite happy. Maybe we could definitely start with a design like this, but I wasn't quite happy with it. So here's what's going on. The iron is coming in here. It's getting turned into this stuff, and it's coming out through here. And then the copper was coming up through the bottom, and I just found that I couldn't figure out a layout where we didn't have a long travel time for the copper. So this is like, for the copper ore is going to be like 200,000 items per second. Coming into here, and that's 200,000 items here, or not per second. Wow, that would be crazy. No, 200,000 per minute going into these guys to make the plates, and then a little bit more than 200,000 coming out of these guys into this guy. So even though we kind of took care of collapsing the iron better, we still end up with a ton of stuff flying around because the copper has to fly twice, and I just had trouble with the layouts, and I think I've found a solution. So back in episode 1, I think it was episode 1, probably several episodes, people were commenting that, several of you commented, that you can actually extend this chest idea by putting one of the factory buildings right up against the edge here. And so let me illustrate what I'm talking about. So, let's see. Let me grab... it doesn't even have to be... Doesn't have to be a logistics chest. So let's just put this guy up against here. And we'll put this guy here. All right. So these guys, let me speed them up as well. They share an inventory. So if you put them here, it'll actually split it in half. And I take this out of here, it's going to split it again. Or you can... What we've been doing with the logistics system is telling it which way to send them. They share an inventory. And what I had never really thought about before is that you can extend that multiple levels deep. So instead of just having 2 chests share inventory, you can have multiple. As far as you feel like chaining this, you can have items teleport instantaneously, multiple levels deep. See how it just boop, disappears. And it's not here, it just kept on going. It ended up here at the end of the line. So I've been working with layout designs with that in mind, and I've sped up quite a bit of the layout, I think. I mean, it's all theoretical until we plug it in today. But you may have noticed in... Okay, autosave. Autosave 2! Oh, nice to see you. You may have noticed previous videos, I've got these guys right up next to each other. So there will be no robots on this level moving items from this chest further down. It'll get automatically teleported deeper down, and that's going to help a lot in reducing the amount of stuff flying around on any given level. Did it here too. Oh, this one doesn't matter as much because it's just uranium. So, what does that do for us? It means that for this first level, I've completely skipped out on the iron ore being transported by robots on this level. That's 400,000 items per minute we just saved with one simple little trick. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. We need to split it further down, so we can't do that. We can't do that infinitely. We have to eventually start using robots. But if we can limit that, that would be great. So what I did is I have it instantly being transmitted here, like Goku. Instantly transmitted here, it gets dealt with, and then it gets sent out. And then it gets sent from these chests. Does still no iron getting transported on this floor. Gets instantly transmitted through these chests down into this guy. So that was cool. But then I got to this point and I thought, we have these really long travel times. Can I do something about that? And I think I figured out a way to do it. The way to really take advantage of the speed of the robots, because eventually we have to use robots. We can't instantly transmit things forever. The way to take advantage of the robots by limiting travel time is to use the corners. And previously I did that with the iron, using this corner to go from like the left side to the bottom. But I couldn't really get it to work with the copper, but I figured out a way. If we just shift them both up, then we can use these 2 corners like this. Right? Okay, so the iron goes in here, gets processed, comes down here. Copper comes in here, goes up. Copper is going to get processed here. Iron is going to get instantly transported into here. And so we've taken those long travel times for the copper, which was like basically the entire factory floor, and we've compressed it down to this because they're getting instantly transported down there as well. Pretty good. All right, well, the moment of truth is upon us. Everything's been hooked up. All the different layouts we've made are inside this guy. And actually, I added so many layers that the Factorismo mod is starting to act a little bit funny. I'm starting to get these secondary maps over to the right-hand side. And some of them, I can see things inside here. But it's always this map view. I can never actually look inside. I can just see outlines of things like a normal map view like this. But it's a bit fuzzy, and it's only on that right-hand side, and it's basically every factory floor has this now. See, this one has... These are all roboports, and these are factory buildings. This is one of our layers that is making the green circuits, actually. We could go find that. It's down in this direction. I wonder if I've made so many factory levels that the mod just doesn't know how to handle it anymore, and it's starting to duplicate map views or something, or there's like a limited amount of space. Maybe this is all just one big map here, and they're just so far apart we couldn't see them before, and now they're starting to repeat because I used up all the original space or something. I don't know. In addition to that, I've put down so many roboports that just from static roboport usage, we have basically capped out our power. We're at 1.7 gigawatts. So we need to start expanding our power, but I would like to swap things over. I think it'll be okay until we swap things over, because I want to rework the power anyway, and it's getting a little bit fiddly to get more water inside this guy. because we're still using the pipes. Once we start barreling, it'll get simpler to just add another one of those little segments. And I was also thinking about, well, once we take everything down, we need enough materials to completely rebuild, and then some, because we've got to shift around our outposts and stuff like that. What if we run out of materials? So I was going to leave some materials at the ends of the bridges, just like drop chests full of rails and signals and little mining drills and all kind of things that we need to make the stuff. And then I remembered, oh wait, we're playing Factorissimo, so I have created a bag of holding from Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah, that's right. Bag of holding. Why does it say you have... Oh, because it's been in my inventory so long, it's been disconnected from the power network. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So anyway, any one of these 4 guys here, if I just drop a chest in front, we can then deposit anything in here that we want, and the robots will store it in the storage chest on the inside. I would like to, though... Let's actually... I want to put these inside one of my books. Let's not stand on the railway. I had one of my books, and some of these books I need to just get rid of, and we'll probably just store them in my bag of holding. One of them says, in progress. Yeah, this one. Okay, so let's put this in here, and let's put this in here. Okay. And then let's get rid of that. And then I want to just take some blueprints for, like, this design here, just so I can reproduce it later. It needs to include the wall up to the lights, so that should be good. Whoa, there's a train coming. Get out of the way. Whoa, and then I want to make a blueprint of this just so I can reproduce this later as well. We've been messing with all the fiddly fundamental stuff, all the practical things, but eventually I would like to add some more silly things like this. Okay, so let's take that. Okay, lovely. So let's drop those in the bag of holding. Then we're going to start selectively dismantling things. And you know what? For these guys, I don't want these guys just going random places. So let's do something like this. Put them in here. Wherever they ended, they probably ended up here, right? Yeah, okay, let's put these guys in here. We can also probably put a lot of my old books in here that I don't use so much. This is a new outpost. Yeah, if it says RR, that's the new one. Just Recursion, that's an old one. So we can sort some stuff out like that. Now we can start deconstructing now that I made those blueprints, and I'm going to start selectively just to get the non-essentials out of the way, like walls. Whitelisted. So only walls should get picked up, right? I didn't do that backwards, did I? Yeah, okay, only walls. All right, so let's go to map view. Okay, we have to be, there we go. Let's do that. We're going to be dismantling the bridges as well. So all the walls are just going to get plopped inside there. And the robots, so they're already done. Robots are going to distribute them inside there. In addition to this, we're going to need a whole lot of resources. So as soon as these guys get done, we're going to head inside the base. We're going to go to the quality of life factory floor. And we are going to... Well, okay, maybe it will take them a minute. Actually, you know what? If I just... Here, let's do this. If I just go inside... Oh, okay, maybe they're a little bit too busy to pick that up on their own. They'll catch up. They will actually teleport with me. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's right. Come back inside. Come back inside. You too, buddy. Oh, no factory thingy over on the right-hand side of this one. What about this one? Yeah, this one has one. Weird. Okay, so there's not room to plop this thing down. So instead, I am just going to put a chest there. We're going to run inside. I'm just going to stockpile everything we're going to need. We're going to need a silly amount of logistics robots. So let me grab some of those. We're going to need probably more road ports. I will stockpile those. We will need mining drills. We will need a lot of furnaces. So let's drop all these guys in there. There we go. And then we'll go back for several more loads, basically. I'm just going to get a stupid amount of things. So this is the last of the Rainbow Bridge. We've got to reconfigure all this stuff. So we'll be picking it up. We will return it in a different form at one point in the future. Double Rainbow Bridge shall return. That's right, Asgard. Double Rainbow Bridge. Not a single one. And I'm going to lay down just a strip of concreto, just so that... Actually, it's faster if I do it this way. So that I can run up and down the bridge faster. Because the alien biomes... I think it's the alien biomes. I'm not sure if the default game does this now. Because I haven't actually played full vanilla in the most recent patch. But the alien biomes, like, slows me down so much. And we're... Ooh. Oh, I can't even zoom in. So we've been having Ooh. Oh, I see what happened. I set that. Put that back down. I can't believe I did that. Okay, how we doing? Oh, we're okay. That was a close one. Ooh, okay. Maybe we're not okay. Did any aliens run past the gate? I guess they only destroyed the one thing. They're coming in. Did they break our... Let me just check our perimeter a little bit real quick here. That one seems fine. Oh my gosh. So I added... I've been using a filtered... Here's our filters for everything I want to have picked up. And I had this on here because I was... I don't know why... I was picking up the other ones that were down here. I want to be able to pick them up quickly. Let me just... let's double check on this. Everything... Okay, everything's fine. Crisis averted. Oh, I'm glad I figured out what was going wrong quicker. So we have a little bit of colored concrete left. We're going to redetail everything again. Actually, so that I don't pick that up by accident, let me take that off as well for a second. I had that on there so I could pick it up and move it around faster, so I'll put it back. We're taking all this concrete, or I guess this is the colored concrete and also the stone bricks. And I'll probably just pave the whole island in normal concrete for a bit. The current version of the patch, we actually have a third type of concrete, which I think is called... I'm just going to look. Refined concrete. We'll get into that eventually as well. Okay, let's... I guess it's going to take a while. And I don't need any more concrete right now, so let's just drop that in there as well. And there we go. The home island is totally drab and dreary. Only the normal concrete... No colors, no pizzazz. Eventually, we will spice it up again, but first we've got to swap over to the new system. So what we have to do now, we've got to establish some outposts. The copper guys up here are going bye-bye because our rail system dictates. Copper comes from the south, so we're going to make one here. We also will need a coal outpost and a uranium outpost up here, and then eventually we'll also have to swap over to our barreling setup. First thing we need to do, we need to pick up all of this stuff, our rail design for the island, where we designed it down here. And I have blueprinted that. It's right here. It's a pretty big blueprint. 4,200 rails. Oh, no, that's not... That's the old one. Okay, so let's actually... There, now put it back down. There we go. Okay, 4,300 rails, 2,400 chests, yada, 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 all that stuff. So we need to pick all this up, and then... That looks like a chest. Pick all this stuff up, put it into our bag of holding... And then plop down basically the outpost, all the stuff for the outpost, except for the connection to the main rail system, which will get broken, or rebuilt, I meant to say, not broken. I don't know why I said broken. Nothing's going to break, because everything's going to work just fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, and then I think there's probably... Oh, yeah, so we're about to get a ferocious amount of rocket fuel. Let's dump this all in our bag of holding, and then... See what we need for the next... Actually, I can probably try to put down the blueprint now. If everything... No, everything has not been picked up. Not quite. Okay, we're not clear yet. Almost. Almost. All these guys are... You know what? If I just outrun these guys, my inventory won't quite fill up. Oh, but then they're not going to go to this. Maybe I can go grab these things manually. And then we can plop down the blueprint. Yeah, I think that's enough space. They're going slow because they're getting low on charge. That's fine. That's actually... It's beneficial. Okay, so this is going to be our first copper outpost right there. Boom! Okay, good enough. That has a capacity... 29 million copper for that guy. See here, copper. Okay, lovely. That's actually kind of convenient because they're delivering rails and inserters and chests and stuff from what they just picked up, and then they'll just immediately plop it back down without having to dip too much into our bag of holding, which it's getting a bit cramped. We might eventually have to recursion for like various things into the bag of holding. What do we need? A bunch of belts? Bunch of belts and looks like some other odds and ends. Let's put all this rocket fuel in there. We probably don't need all those. Yeah, getting a little bit crimped, and I've also, because I like the colors I had selected, I've saved a locomotive for each color type for iron, copper, oil, water, stone, and uranium. Oh, I missed, dang, I forgot to do one for, let's remedy this. I forgot to do one for coal. There's not a coal train there. Massive oversight for the base design. Okay, let's, coal is basically just black, pitch black, so there we go. Maybe would you want like a little bit of red, a little bit of blue? No, pitch black. This guy's got a little bit of green. This guy's gray. Oh, and we need to give him there, so he stops flashing at us. What did we need? We needed belts. I'm gonna grab these manually so I don't fill up my entire inventory. Okay, so there we go. This is going to be our first copper outpost. Now we have to do the same thing for the stone? No, not the stone. The coal and the uranium. Well, this is it. Say goodbye to the old design. All the preparations have been made. All the trains are gone. All the chests are empty. So the bulk of what we pick up will just be the single items. I've got a custom filter here so that we don't delete our power again, which will be important as we switch over to not interrupt our power supply. And we also want to make sure that we know like exactly where this guy's going to go. So since I've already forbade the pipes, I'm going to do this kind of thing. I'm going to put a little border around here. These guys are different type of pipes. Let's go ahead and pick up some of these belts. They're just kind of in the way for my border idea. So we know where the new one will go. I'll have to dig him out of storage, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think we're ready. Yep, okay. So this guy is going inside our bag of holding. Let's do that first. Power doesn't come from there anyway. We'll put him in this one, I guess. Okay, this guy is the flow chart. This guy is the new base. Gotten a little bit more cramped in here. We can always recursion that layer if we need to. Let's start picking up some of this stuff. We need to basically make a spot for the power. I made it so the power lines wouldn't get picked up. Although, I guess maybe it's okay if the substations get picked up. So let's do that, because I want to set up a longer power. I want to use the big power poles. Let's do that. As long as we do the right side first, then this chain of power connecting the north to the south should be okay. And let's see, I think I also have it so that we don't technically need these yellow belts protected, but it will help to make sure that things have lined up properly. They should line up properly because we're going to place here's the blueprint. We're going to place that right in the center of that little bullseye we made. All right, let's just go around this side. Just pick up all this. Inventory's getting full. Okay, then we're going to grab one of these. Oh, yeah, you see why we need the concrete. Holy cow. Oh, okay. And the robots are chasing me. So we're just going to link up this side. Did that connect? I guess we can check on the map in a second. And we just want it connected to this thing. And then this stuff can go. There we go. Whoops! Shotgun. Okay, no, it looks like I missed one. Come on, guys. Get inside me. You gotta charge up. Novice alert. Missed a spot. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, so let's actually, let's get rid of this one. And that one. Let's have this connect up to, oh my gosh. Like that. Okay, good. Okay, so then we can be a little bit more aggressive with picking everything up. And then run down here, and I guess we're also going to get like a ton of logistics robots in just a second. Start dumping stuff inside. Whoa, okay. This is a little bit weird. Let's pick this up. This is a little bit strange, seeing all of this just like big, empty parking lot. Not even parking lot, because no cars here. Okay, we're going to do it in stages. I got the stuff for the rails and the power lines, just to get that going first. Let's zoom in here. We won't have room for those power lines first, because the pipe's in the way. That's all right. Just want to make sure it's all lined up properly. We're not getting the double belts on the edges and that kind of stuff. Fly robots. Yeah, we really need a better robot suit. All right, mostly done doing the inserters now. You can see that the borders of the island don't quite meet up, and these power lines we put down are kind of in the way because we forbid them. We need to put down some concrete here, or landfill rather, to fill in some of these gaps. We are filling in this little bay here. The island did not really get bigger, but some of these little jagged edges had to get smoothed out to make way for the new stuff. These guys, I guess we can get rid of. And we need to basically adapt the concrete for the new borders. And we also need to move the power over to the left. And before I do that, I need to set up, because we don't have the barreling going yet, I need to set up some pumps over here to provide water. All that kind of stuff. Looking pretty good, though. And yoinks! Okay, quickly, let's get over to the other side before the aliens attack. And start tearing down our defenses. Hopefully I hooked everything up correctly, and kablam. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Let's just maintain, or let's just verify that all of the pipes are getting water. I see little water icons all over the place. Okay, I think we're okay. Everything's maintaining water pressure. Okay, lovely, delicious. So this is the level to which our uranium has depleted. This building used to be full of these chests, and now we are, well, we're starting to get quite low. If I had tried to do like research and stuff like that, we would have run out some time ago. So that guy, we will adapt him to a barreling setup. But before we can do that, we will need to rebuild our train system, our outer rail system. We'll have to set up a train for each of the different outpost types. We'll take down the now defunct outpost types. But first, let's tell you what. I think I can clear. No, let's tell you what. Let's customize this one. So we only want to pick up. Let's see, pipe. Are there pumps in there? I don't know, but there is definitely some groundwater pumps or offshore pumps, whatever. I think that's the only thing we need to pick up. Oh, let's pick up belts. We need to go around and scoop those up eventually. After we do this, because they're part of the blueprints. Every time I pick them up, they're just going to get put back down once we put the blueprint back down again. All right, I've adapted the concrete to the new layout. I didn't spend much time on it. Just wanted to basically get a more or less a coverage for all the different areas we'll be running around. All right, here's the blueprint. Buy him. Okay. The robots will now fix up this part. Do I have some concrete? I do. We can just do a quick little, like, badoop. Like that. Yeah, see, he's putting the, I picked all those up, and now they're running around and putting them back. All right. Whew, we did it. We converted over to the new design now. Let's see, that's the old one. This is the new one. This is the base. This is our flow chart, which I guess we'll put like over here. Let's put this guy down. This is just a placeholder. Oh, I guess, yeah, let's pick that up. Bam! Conversion completo. Electricity. 1.9 gigawatts, not enough. That's because all of these roboports have to fill up their charge battery. And once they actually start getting used, and we start actively smelting and making things, we are going to need a ridiculous amount of power. We still have tons to do. We've got to completely revamp our power. We've got a ton left to do inside the base even though I've already made, I don't even know. We're probably past 100 factory floors at this point. It's ridiculous. But we will continue next time. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.